This is the 68 Barracuda, and it's been not running that well, especially cold. So it takes a long time for this engine to warm up, surprisingly. Anyway, it's a 408 stroker motor, putting out nearly 500 horsepower. So I got a few basic tools. I've connected up my vacuum gauge to a continuous vacuum underneath the carburetor. And my choke hasn't been coming on, so I've established that I've got power coming to the choke with the ignition on, and I've adjusted this. This was all the way over here, which didn't allow the choke to open, which, living in Florida, that's often how I set my chokes. But on this one, because it takes a long time to warm up, I'm going to set it about halfway. Now I'm going to go ahead and start it up and let the engine warm up, and then I'm going to establish that it's starting okay and the chokes are staying on and coming off. And then I'm going to look at my vacuum gauge, and I'm going to adjust my idle mixture screws until I get the highest vacuum possible. So then I know my carburetor is set up pretty close to perfect. And then I will probably double check the timing, although I doubt that's moved. So establishing that tuning the carburetor should solve the problem. This was how I established that I was getting power. You know, this lights up when it hits the positive, and when the ignition was on, I was getting a live feed there, so I don't need that anymore. So let's take that off, and just need a couple of basic tools. I've got this to loosen the nut on the distributor, and I'll get my timing light out when I get around to doing the timing. So let's go ahead and see if this starts okay, and go from there. Perfect, so my choke's coming on now. That's really good. So that's a big improvement already. Normally this would be hard to start with, and you'd have to keep your foot on the gas for 5 minutes.